You think you know Saturday Night Live? Well, here's some things you may not have known about the early years of the late-night comedy show. When the first season aired, it was called NBC's Saturday Night. At the time, there was already a show on ABC titled Saturday Night Live with Howard Cosell. When Cosell's show ended in 1976, Lorne Michaels, creator of the NBC show, adopted the name. Johnny Carson's career was in full swing in 1974. On the weekends, NBC would play Tonight Show reruns. However, this would decrease the number of episodes the network could play in order for Carson to go on vacation. In order for the late-night host to get a break, he asked NBC to create a show in order to fill those weekend time slots. Saturday Night Live would go on to become the weekend filler so that Johnny Carson could get a vacation. On the first episode of Saturday Night Live, which aired on October 11, 1975, George Carlin was the host, while Billy Preston and Janice Ian were the musical guests. Chevy Chase would be the first person to utter the words, "Live from New York, it's Saturday night!" As of the making of this video, there have only been 4 directors in SNL history: Dave Wilson, Paul Miller, Beth McCarthy Miller, and Don Roy King. The first season's cast included Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, Chevy Chase, George Coe, Jane Curtin, Garrett Morris, Lorraine Newman, Michael O'Donoghue, and Gilda Radner. Each cast member was only paid $750 a week for their performance on the show. Lorne Michaels took a hiatus from the show in the 1980s for seasons 6 through 10. He went on to create a new sketch show entitled The New Show. Unfortunately, the program did not receive good reviews and only lasted for 2 seasons. During his break from SNL, Lorne stated that he did not watch the show and had a hard time being away from his creation.
Excuse me. Like a room for the night, please? Actually, I'll be staying through till probably Tuesday.
Eddie Murphy joined the show in September 1980 after Neil Levy, the talent coordinator, received a call from the actor. He begged to be a part of the show and eventually received a coveted audition. His performance was so amazing that he received a contract almost immediately. Studio 8H, which is the location of the SNL stage, is not connected to the GE building at Rockefeller Center. The entire studio is suspended by wires from the previous floor. Director of the NBC Orchestra, Arturo Toscanini, used to perform on NBC Radio and came up with the suspension idea in order to prevent the New York City subway vibrations from interrupting his performance. Don Pardo, known for being the announcer for the show, was part of the program from the beginning all the way up until his death in 2014. During his time on the show, he stated twice that he was going to retire, once in 2004 and the other in 2009. However, on both occasions, he was convinced to come back. Pardo would fly from his home in Arizona to announce the show in New York. Towards the end of his life, Pardo would stay in Arizona but would record his voice from home and send them to NBC.
That's why I want to talk to you tonight on behalf of a God-given American right. The right to extreme stupidity. Extremely stupid people are discriminated against all the time. And I should know, and so should Fern, because we are extremely stupid people.
And here's a bonus one. If you ever see a cold open filmed from backstage, you may have noticed that there's always a chorus girl, President Lincoln, and a llama. The visual gag first appeared during a 1979 episode hosted by Eric Idle. While Seth Meyers had writing tenure in 2001, he would make sure that the gag appeared frequently.
Hey, Christy! Why'd you tase me?
I'm sorry, I got scared.
I was just coming to give you a hug.
I'm sorry, I'm really scared. Don't be mad. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad. I couldn't be.
Oh, I loved you in Lincoln, by the way. You were great.
That's it for this episode of You Think You Know TV. Make sure you subscribe, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and get the latest movie and TV news on ScreenCrush.com.